Barcelona versus Tottenham Hotspur, it's coming in. Everything you need to know about that match in this video. What's going on, guys? Como están? BugaLuis here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Just like always, if you love Barcelona and hate fake news, then this is the right place to be. So click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss anything on the content that we upload here on this channel. So today we're gonna give you a preview of the first match in the Barcelona US Tour 2018, or the preseason, or the International Champions Cup, or whatever. This is going to be Barcelona versus Spurs. We're gonna talk about everything you need to know about in this game, including lineups, who wants to watch, all the players that I'm thinking are going to start, and much more. So we're going to start off right away with what you came here for, and that's obviously the lineup. I've learned that you always want the lineup first, and I'm going to give you that right away. I want to see something very interesting from Valverde. I want to see him trying new stuff out, and I want to see him trying out our players that deserve to start, if you know what I mean. First of all, in the goalkeeper position, I want to go with Jasper Cillessen. Cillessen is a great goalkeeper. To be honest with him, I don't know why he's here as a second goalkeeper choice in Barcelona, because he could be a starter for most clubs. He's really that good. So Cillessen in the goalkeeper position, let's remind him that he's great. Let's remind him that he will get a good amount of playing time, because he deserves it, really. To be honest, he's a great goalkeeper, and I wouldn't be mad if he would leave, because to be honest, at 29, 28 years old, he can give so much more in his career than just to be a goalkeeper for Barcelona. So for now, let him start, you know. The two main center backs are going to be for this game Clement Lenglet as well as Marlon Santos. I think those two have to be the center backs. I want to give Marlon Santos a view. I want to see how he plays. I want to see what he can do for Barcelona, and I would like that if he leaves the club, we'll have some choice of a buyback clause, because Vermeulen is now 32 years old. He will probably leave, and I would completely be honest, I would be excited to let Vermeulen leave and keep Marlon Santos. I think Valverde should try and look at this, so I want Marlon Santos to start. On the other hand, we have Clement Lenglet, which is our newest signing, and I think he needs to start. I think he needs to have that confidence to come into the match, to come into Barcelona and adapt to our playing style, because obviously it's different now in preseason, because the intensity is going to be much higher later on in the season, but he needs to start in the right foot, because Samuel Umtiti is going to be missing the first few matches. The Supercopa España is going to be missing a lot because he obviously won the World Cup and obviously played that last final game, those 7 games. So he will need a little bit more of a rest. So I think that Clement Lenglet will play a lot in the start of the season, so he must have that confidence. For the right hand side, or well, the left hand side in this video, we're gonna go with Marco Cucurella. I talked about in my previous video that we need to keep an eye out for the left back position, and it's exactly true. I want to take a look at Marco Cucurella or even Juan Miranda, who's going to start. I'm gonna give the nod to Cucurella right now, just to see how he plays. This is just for like decision purposes. Like, it could be Digne, it could be Miranda. I don't know who's gonna start for Valverde. I'm gonna go with Marco Cucurella just to see how he plays, because I see something in this guy, and I just give him a nod over Miranda and also over Digne at this current moment. Obviously Digne is much better than both of them, but it doesn't matter that Cucurella or Miranda could also reach that level, especially if Digne leaves Barcelona. For the right hand side, we're going to go with Nelson Semedo. Like I said previously, I want to be Semedo starting all those matches. I want to see Semedo adapt into this playing style, and I think he will be absolutely perfect for this preseason. The CDM position, I'm going to go with Sergi Roberto. I think that with Sergi Roberto here in the CDM position, we need to accustom him there, because it probably seems that we won't sign a midfielder in this season. De Jong is really hard to get, Rabiot as well. Pjanic, I just don't see that, and Parejo, just please don't mention that guy. So with Sergio Roberto in midfield, I think we have a new signing. Sergio Roberto has not played in the midfield position for a very long time now, and some people has forgotten, and even me, how good he really can be in a midfield position. So let's go with Sergio Roberto in this midfield position, and let's see how he does. And alongside him, up or in the left-hand side of midfield, on the right-hand side of midfield, I'm going to go with Arthur. I'm going to go with Denis Suarez. I think that Denis Suarez is going to be a very key player, important player for this season. He's going to be the guy who's going to be coming most of the time to replace Coutinho, who's going to play for the left-hand side. He's really good in all of those positions, and I think Denis Suarez this year will be his year. I really think this, and I really think Valverde agrees with me, the coaching staff as well, and most importantly the players. So I think he's going to work his ass off in this preseason, and hopefully we can see a good Denis Suarez for the start of the season. So Denis Suarez there, and then next to him we're going to go with Arthur Melo. I think Arthur, like I said previously, he deserves a lot of game time. The same with Denis Suarez. I think those two will be our main midfielders for the entirety of the preseason, and hopefully they can perform well. Hopefully they do what we're expecting them to do, and just obviously with Arthur, hopefully he adapts to this game time, and hopefully he impresses us fans, because that's really important for a club. Isn't important to me, perhaps it might be not important to you, but for the common, you know, for the media, for the news outlets, is very, very important for the player to actually have a great impression with you guys. The same when you have like a girl or something, you want to make the first impression look good, and with Arthur I think he needs to do that in this game. Up front is going to be quite more of a different thing. I think we're gonna go with Paco Alcácer as the main number 9. I think he deserves to start there. Like I said, he's a player I like, and I like him to stay at Barcelona. Some people may not agree with me or whatever, but I think Paco Alcácer should stay in Barcelona. I want him to play games, so I'm gonna put him in the number 9 position. For the left, I'm gonna go with probably Munir. I think Munir El Haddadi is probably the guy to start in this game. We can do many different things, different changes or whatever, and I think Munir can play there. If not, he can be shifted to the right and actually give the opportunity for someone like Tabla or Below Tabla, which is a guy was currently playing in Vancouver Whitecaps, I think, and now he's for Barcelona B, and I really want to see him. He's from Ivory Coast, I think, if I'm not wrong, and he can give us something extra in attack, a little bit more flair that we right now do not have in this preseason. We don't have a player like Dembélé, a player like Malcolm. Malcolm can, but I think it's just a little bit too early to let him play this match as a starter. Perhaps he can mean as a later on in the match or whatever, but I think Tabla should actually start, because I think from what I've seen in previews or whatever, I think he's a good player. So I will give the nod to Tabla in playing in the left-hand side position. Hopefully he does. So the front three and the entire lineup will be Silicen, Lenglet, Marlon Santos, Nelson Semedo, Cucurella, Sergio Roberto through the middle, Arthur Denis Suarez, Paco Alcácer. Then we're going to have Tabla and then Munir for the right hand side. So hopefully it works fine and we get a good result against Spurs. The thing or the player to be wants to watch in this game, I certainly gotta say, is Sergio Roberto. I think Sergio Roberto is gonna be the organizer of this team. We see how important he has been the face for this preseason, and I think he can have this opportunity to really show that he can play in the midfield as well as a right back. Right back, we know he can play well. In the midfield, we know he can play well, but in the midfield, he wants to excel. He said time and time again that the midfield is his perfect position. So let's just have him be that organizer and really drive the team forward, because I think he's the most experienced team player basically in this entirety, in our entire 11 or entire like 23 players we're taking to the US tour, even more. I think he's the main guy, and I want this guy to really show what he can do, and hopefully he has a good season. Most importantly, other people we need to look out for, it could be Malcolm. Malcolm, obviously we know perhaps he's not ready to start the game, but hopefully he has some few minutes, and let's see what he does. Let's see the flair, let's see how he plays, let's see how he can associate with other people like Paco Alcácer and whatever. And I think that this guy Malcolm could really give us something extra when we're talking about substitutes. So in this sense, it's basically the perfect moment for all these players to really show their skills, and I want to be keeping my eye on Sergio Roberto, and most importantly also Malcolm, if he ever gets the chance to play in this game against Spurs. I think it's very unlikely, but I would like to see Malcolm, and most importantly, something like a Barcelona fan, I would like to see which number he picks. I think there's a rumor going on that Malcolm is going to pick the number 7, but it's gonna probably be the number 7, to be honest with you. It's gonna be probably the number 7. Let's see how it goes, and let's see if he actually ends up with that shirt. So now my final point is going to be how exactly will Barcelona approach this game. Spurs are probably the best team right now in the International Champions Cup. They played against Roma, and let me tell you, they played really, really good. That's the only game like I've watched full 90 minutes because how interesting it was. They completely demolished Roma 4-1, I think, and it was just insane how good they were. It's really worrying that even though Spurs doesn't have most of their first 11, they are still as good as they are right now. I don't know if this is a bad sign or a good sign. Perhaps a good sign in the sense that Pochettino is like, okay, we did well, now let's revert and let's relax a little bit more against Barcelona. Because it's their first game, so it's going to be a little more easier. Or perhaps Pochettino is just going to be like, let's push the pedal all the way down. Let's go all the way down and play a real match against Barcelona. I don't know what could be the strategy for Pochettino here. I'm a little bit worried to see that, because obviously the first game is really important, and having played against a team who has already played before is going to be kind of like unnerving. Last season we played against Juventus, where Juventus had already played a previous game against us. I think they played against Real Madrid, if I'm not wrong. And in this sense, I think that it's going to be much different, because right now we don't have our starters. Right now we have our substitutes. Let's see how they go. Spurs also have their substitutes, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see which team is better. And hopefully we can get the edge of Spurs, but I'm kind of nervous because Spurs are playing really good football. They play really good in the preseason, and that's scaring me, because it means that they can play again good in this game. Hopefully we get the win, but I feel this can be a draw. So I'm going to go with a draw of 1-1, and we win against Spurs in penalties with a final goal of Arthur. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna win because of Arthur. So this is my prediction, guys. Leave your prediction in the comment box down below and tell me if you need something else about this match. Do you want me to discuss with you in the comments? What else do you want me to talk about this one? And if you have missed my my video talking about 5 things that you need to see or watch out for in this preseason, check it up here because it's really interesting. So just like always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you love Barcelona and you hate fake news, then click the subscribe button down below so you miss anything that we'll be uploading here on this channel. So hopefully you have enjoyed, and let's win that game against Spurs, our first game in the preseason. I want those 3 points.